Hi, Camus. Mrs. Science here. So today's Thursday, and we're going to start to get into Scratch a little bit more. Our goal by the end of today is that you're going to start your turkey trap Scratch animation. It's a greeting card. The purpose of this is to get you used to some of the code blocks that you can use in Scratch. I would like you to use the motion blocks, specifically the go to X and Y and the glide for a certain amount of time. I would like you to use the loose use of looks blocks. Those are the purple blocks. I would like you to have movement in all four quadrants. We'll talk about the positive, the negatives, and in between. Um, and first things first, so folks, I would like you to first go on to just getting used to the whole setup of technology class. So there is an assignment under today's assignment. Make sure that you have this completed. I'm going to leave the 18th assignment under there, and then there will also be today's, the 19th as well. The 18th is a graded assignment. If you turn it in, it has been graded as of 3:30 on Wednesday. So if you did grade it, you got a grade. If you did not get a grade, I did not get a portfolio from you. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add all of your portfolios into here. So I just got a few more to add. What you did is you sent it through on a Google form. If you need help doing that, please join the Google Meet anywhere between 10:15 and 1:15. So if you have that independent work time at 11 o'clock, or if you finish a class early, please come on and I'll be on Google Meet. You can get to that through Google Classroom. Okay. So today's, you're going to want to open up the cheat sheet. So the rubric right here will bring you to a link. That link is also shared on your Scratch page, and I gave you some characters to work with for your turkey trap. Okay, so it brings you to this project. You'll be able to click this blue button that says See Inside. Now, this is, of course, I'm assuming that you have a Scratch account. Please make sure that you are signed in. I'm sharing the basics with you because I wanted to give you some nice sprites that had to do with Thanksgiving a week away. So you'll have a little bit of time to make something and hopefully animate it for your family. I did give you two sprites. So if you look, there's a sprite that looks like this. This sprite has multiple costumes. Okay, so I wrote one code and I said, when the green flag is clicked, go to the next costume. And I'm waiting a 1/10 of a second. Look at that decimal place, 0.1. So when I click this, it's walking in place. Okay, so if you would like to have that animation, this is simply staying in one position, but changing how it looks. The other character is has multiple costumes. Looks like this or looks like this. So what I was hoping that you would do is that you would animate a greeting card for Thanksgiving and pretend like this turkey is getting trapped or this one got away or both. It's up to you. Your job is to add code. Please use these two sprites, but you can add a different background. And then actually I want you to add at least more than one background. And I would like to have you move in all four of the quadrants. Okay. So if you remember your stage right here, this is how you can get different ones. You can save things, you can make your own, you can pick ones off the library. The one on the library that I do want to show you just to kind of explain again how Scratch works, let math help you out here. So I'm just going to move these sprites kind of out of the way. So hopefully you can see. Scratch, the stage on Scratch is a grid. Imagine it that there's an X number line that goes left and right, and there's a Y number line that goes up and down. And they overlap each other, and this is called the XY coordinate system. You'll learn about this in math class. The center of the grid is where 0, 0. Okay. And if you're going on the number line in the positive direction, perhaps you're moving this way on the x-axis all the way over to positive 240. Or if you're moving in the positive direction from the center, perhaps you're going up. That is in the y direction. Okay. So this quadrant over here, all of these coordinates, these x and y's, would be positive numbers. there are different coordinates depending on where you're going. So remember, if this is 0 on the number line, if you're going in the negative direction, you're going left. That's going to be important later on when we make our interactive games. And then when you're going down on this y number line, okay, you're going down here, this would be negative versus y being positive. Okay, so why is that important? Just get back out of this. You may want to move these characters from certain places to other places. So back in the old day, you used to have to figure out the exact coordinate and write it in, but now it automatically chooses. If you see I move this up here, it'll change that X and Y location. It automatically gives it to you. The computer will do the math for you. So I'm going to change my background. Instead of it having to be that, I'm going to have my turkeys running from, they're going to be running amok. Perhaps they're running down and away from here. Now, unfortunately, what will happen is if you have, the reason I'm giving this to you is because I want this to happen to you. I want you to see this and edit this. If you use a background and you just save pictures off the internet, which is what I did here, their costumes all have this white background on it. So you can take this paint dump item here and you can fill it with colors. Or if you click on it down here, the red X slash, that means no color. So I can pick that and I can make those transparent colors go away. So if I did that for each and every one, I'm just on the paint bucket and going through all of these different animations and looking through. So now, must be missing one. Oh, yes. See, they keep scrolling down. That's funny. So if you see, there's always more bars. It depends on what computer you're using. I'm using a laptop computer. I wish I had a desktop so my monitor is bigger, but I'm sure on a Chromebook so it's even more interesting to work with. So you can see as I'm going through. So now you can see my person's much more, it's better, right? So that's one thing that you do want to do is you want to edit your costume. So you want to fill it with this nothing color. Okay. So I would also go through and do that on this. Now, in a perfect world, you could just go through and dump it on here. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. So what you'd have to do in this instance to make this work is you'd have to go through and you'd actually have to erase this. So you don't necessarily have to get rid of the background color on this one, but you may want to. And again, don't spend a lot of time on this because it is only one color. So I would just leave this alone. I wouldn't really worry about it. What you could also do is you may want to change the size of things here. So maybe it's like 20% smaller and that might take care of it. Oh, if it's super tiny, you might not notice it. But then you can't really see it. So I think I'll go through actually what I'll do is I'll try to save a different one on the real file that I actually send out to you. So this is a good thing about doing it ahead of time. And if you watch the video, you'll know how I changed it. So in regards, say that you had this character and it was like that. It was the size that you wanted. Let's go back up to 80%. I'm just changing the size here. If you wanted to have this move between the quadrants, like I want you to do, you can have it start here and you're going to write a code that says when I click the green flag, I'm going to stop this just so you don't have to watch this. I'm going to go to that location. Okay, I put my character where I wanted him to go to. Then I'm going to go to a different quadrant. He's going to travel all the way up here. I'm going to glide to a different quadrant. Oop, right? And then I'm going to have him go this way. Maybe I even take my costume and you're more than welcome to right click and say duplicate. Perhaps you want to flip him around. So I know that you can take him and you can flip him the other way. So perhaps, and again, you're going to take the time and you're going to write the code maybe when he first starts off versus then. So at first he's going to be still and then he's going to turn the other way. So let's see what happens there. Doop, boop. All right. So I would like you to go through and you're going to spend today basically animating these two turkeys. You're going to pick your stage. You're going to get them to be using these purple blocks to change how they look. And you're going to move them using the go to and glide. You want to save this. So if you're saving this for the first time, you might have to hit remix. But from then on, I'm just going to save a copy just so I don't save over things. All right, folks. So for today, if you could please join the Google Meet on Thursday between 10 and 1 and either share out what you're doing or we're going to do a demo in class. And today you're going to get hopefully almost all the way set with animating your turkey trap for Thanksgiving. All right, guys, thanks so much.